Man, sorry. It's a boring day. Um, the weather is kind of nasty. See if I can show you. It is snowing. See? And it is April 2nd. Um, Yesterday I showed you that I walked a hole into my shoe. And I trashed all my socks. Because my socks had been wearing in one certain area, and I was kind of wondering what was going on. And it turns out there was a hole in my shoe, and I was wearing through my socks, and that's why I now have to buy new socks. So I went out and bought new socks, and I went out and bought new shoes. I'll show you them here in a second. They're the exact same shoes that I had before. I'm not a man of very much variety, I guess. I really love these shoes. That's why I didn't want to get new ones. I mean, they were starting to hurt. Obviously, I was obviously wearing a hole through them. Um, but when I break in shoes, I hate buying new ones. But I guess. Uh, so I'll show you those here in a second. It's not a big deal. They're cheap, Dr. Soles. They're really comfy though. I really like them. For $29, they're not that bad. Which, funny story. Last year I bought some really nice shoes from a shoe store, not Walmart or something. That's where I got these shoes today. But so last year I go and buy these really nice shoes from a shoe store, and they absolutely killed my feet. And they're supposed to be like these super, high tech, make your feet feel wonderful. Um, you know, it spurts out gold every time you take a step type thing. Paid, I think, almost $60 for them, and literally they ripped my feet apart. I had, they were just one walk, and I had blood coming out of my heel, and it was rubbing on the sides, and after trying to pad them, and then going for another walk, I ended up hurting my feet so bad that I couldn't wear shoes for a few days, and it was a bloody massacre. Um, and so these really nice shoes, obviously I couldn't take them back because there was blood in them or on them. Um, and so I was stuck with this pair of shoes that just did not work for me. After trying, I bought probably another $10 or $20 worth of sole inserts and stuff, and nothing worked. So I go and buy the shoes that I have now that I walked a hole through last summer. Bought them for $29, and they lasted all year for me walking every day about 3 miles every day. Um, and now I'm getting the exact same pair because I loved them so much. And literally $30, half the price of the other ones. A little, even less than half the price if you count all the money I put into inserts and stuff trying to wear the $60 pair of shoes. So yeah, sometimes price has absolutely nothing to do with quality. um, but I think I'm going to try to go for a walk in all this. Probably not going to be a very long walk considering it's kind of chilly and it's snowing. And I'm going to be breaking in new shoes, which again I hate, but at least they're going to be good shoes this time. Um, and That's about it. Um, Came up with I was working on my Tara, Tara, Tara Reed, Tara, Tara project. It's an art project that I'm going to put together, and I decided to call it Tara, Tara, Technologically Advanced Responsive Art. That's a mouthful. Um, and it's going to be, different art projects that have technology kind of built into them that you can actually interact with the art in some way. So I've got my first project thought out. It's going to be called the Tara, 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 Tara Cooper Cube. And it's going to be a cellular cube. Like, you're going to be able to text back and forth with the cube, and it'll actually respond to your text. Like, it's going to ask you what your favorite color is in text message or actually talk. And I haven't decided if it's just going to be strictly text messages or it's actually going to talk back and forth. It's going to ask you what your favorite color is, and the cube's going to turn that color. And I'm going to have it like ask other questions and just kind of go back and forth and kind of respond in some way. So we'll see how that goes. But it's called the Tara Reid. I keep saying Tara Reid because it's spelled the same way as her name. So Tara Cooper, and the reason I called it Cooper as the kind of the middle name of the cube is Cooper. I think it's Nelson Cooper. I'm not sure the first name. I'll have to go back and look. Is considered the father of the cell phone or the mobile phone, and he was one of the first people to make a public call on a cellular phone, like out in public, not on a car phone or something like that. I've got to read up a little bit more on the story, but he's considered the father of the modern mobile phone. So that's why it has a middle name of Cooper and the last name Cube, obviously, because it's going to be a acrylic cube with all the parts kind of inside of it, and you're going to be able to interact, and it's going to maybe be able to teach you something, and at the same time you'll be able to text responses. I haven't figured out all the things it's going to ask. It's going to be able to do sound response. It's going to be able to do like light response, respond on the, what color you choose. And some other things, but I can't really think of everything else. I want it to be able to, you actually have like a semi-decent, interaction with this thing. And so far, the light and the sound are the only two things I can think of. Well, I came up with a lot more, but I'm trying to make my first project in this, not completely out there and crazy, just to kind of get used to it. Because I could have it do a lot more. I could have it post to Facebook. I could have it take a photo and send it, and I can have it interact in a lot of different ways. But I'm trying to not go overboard so I can actually get this done quickly and kind of start getting started with this. And so, I think that's going to be the, it for what that cube can do, is just kind of have some basic interaction. So it'll be, not a very technologically advanced, but I mean, it's going to be it's a cube, it's a piece of art that has a cell phone in it. Literally interacting with you. You can text it back and forth, and it's smart enough to, change colors as you text it your favorite color, or stuff like that. So, okay. Hopefully I'll see you a little bit later. I haven't been doing very good at making a bunch of videos. It usually just me going on and ranting like this pretty much for 4 to 10 minutes. Just rants. Probably boring a lot of people. My guess is you haven't even made it this far in the video because you're snoring or fell asleep or saw a really cool video on the side over there and said, what, this guy's completely, utterly boring. I'm just going to go here. Because it's a kitten playing with a lizard. Or a kitten meowing, looking cute. Everyone loves kittens. I should do more kittens. Think I should do more kittens. Why am I asking? You haven't even watched 9 minutes in. Just kidding. Some of you might have. If you're like me, I watch anything. Even if it's someone going on and on about nothing. Kind of like me. So, that's my old shoe. And as you can see, a nice giant hole. And new shoe. Exact same one. Just new. And actually, I had a friend that say that these are kind of, the lazy man's shoe, but I actually do this Velcro because I can't tie my shoes with my Dystonia without a lot of issues. So I literally cannot tie my own shoes. So I use Velcro. Oh, so I'm starting my walk here, and as you can see, it's just a little bit snowy out. I don't think this walk's gonna last very long. I'm not really prepared for this today. Okay, so this walk is being cut a little short. I was not prepared for this. I think you can see it just a little bit. So yeah, I'm going back to the car. Oh man, this is cold. It's a kind of cool looking though. Here, hold on. Camera's having a hard time zooming in. There we go. That's kind of cool looking. Doesn't feel that great, but it's cool.